Hey everyone, welcome to another video. In this video I'm gonna be testing out the new Pat McGrath and Bridgerton collection. They did a collab and I bought two of the products. So I didn't buy everything. I actually got the cheek palette and I also got the eyeshadow palette, and I'm gonna be testing that out in today's video. So let's get right into it. So I've actually already had this cheek palette in my hands for over a week now, but when this collection was released I didn't even know that I was gonna buy it, but then I checked it like 20 minutes after the release and everything was still available, and there was a discount code and it was free shipping and the customs were already calculated into the price. And then I was like, okay. You are making it very easy for me to buy you, so I will just get the cheek palette because that was what I was eyeing the most. And then 10 minutes after that I was like, you know what? I could also try the eyeshadow palette and use this together in a video. So 20 minutes later I bought the eyeshadow palette, and then that came to me like a week later. I got it today, so that's why I'm a bit later with this video, but that's a lesson for next time. If I want to be early with my video on a Pat McGrath collection, I should buy it the minute it launches. But it's okay, we're just gonna try it today. I'm still very excited to try it. So let's start with the cheek palette. The packaging on this is very cute. I love the light blue. I love the purplish lilac-y roses that are on here. Inside we also have the light blue. We have 3 shades. We have kind of like a bright pink blush that is called Cherish. Then we have a very warm tone, kind of glowy warm blush that is also kind of on the neutral side, that is called Nymphet. And then we have a highlighter shade that is called Venus Nectar. When I swatched this one it looked so glowy and smooth and pigmented, but it also looked kind of dark, so I don't know if this is gonna work as a highlighter on me or if I'm gonna try it as a blush topper. But these looked so pretty in the swatch. I love these colors together. I think you have some nice options in here. I really loved the look of this cheek palette, so I can't wait to try. I've heard so many people rave about the blush formula from Pat McGrath, but I haven't tried it myself, so we're gonna see today how much I'm gonna love this. Yeah, I think this packaging is really cute. I do think if I would have made a Bridgerton collection I would have done it a little bit differently. I would have been more inspired by the dresses that Daphne wore in the first season, but I still think it looks very cute. It's maybe not the first thing I would think about with Bridgerton, but I do really like this packaging. I think this is the cutest packaging that Pat McGrath has done. Then we have the eyeshadow palette. By the way, the packaging of the actual palettes and their cardboard box is the same. They look the same, which I quite like. So then I don't really feel like I have to keep the cardboard box. Sometimes I feel like I have to because I just love the way the cardboard box looks so much. But this is the eyeshadow palette. It's a bit bigger than I expected. The color story inside, I think it's pretty interesting. We have this very sparkly light blue shimmer, but we also have some kind of pinky berry shades. We have some neutral tones. The champagne that is in this palette looks a little bit on the soft satin side, but I think this kind of a rosy brown shade, the shimmer over here, is very pretty. I do feel like this palette is really based around this shade. Like they were really counting on this shade to sell the palette. That is a special shade and the rest is more like a companion to that shade. So I'm really curious how these eyeshadows are gonna work. I do think it's a pretty color story. I'm just kind of wondering how versatile it is, if I can really come up with different kinds of looks. Probably the look that I'm gonna be doing today is gonna be a look that more people have done, because when I try out the palette for the first time I really want to try the shades, and it's not always about doing the most special look because I just want to review it. I just want to try it out, so that's the main goal here. And by the way, this is gonna be the first time I'm gonna be trying Pat McGrath eyeshadow, so I'm very curious. I don't know if that blue shade is one of the special like Blitz Essel shades or if it's just a normal textured shimmer by her. I am not that well versed in this brand, but we're just gonna try it and I'm really curious to see what this brand is all about. I'm not a Pat McGrath expert, so this is a first impression from someone who is not yet so obsessed, so into the brand, that is maybe not as biased. Okay. Now, let's get into the look. So I already primed my eyelids. I did a bit of brows before I started filming as well. And I'm wearing just a little bit of concealer, not too much, so that's what I'm already wearing. So let me see what I want to do. I think I want to go into this pinky shade first and put that in the crease. It did seem pretty satin. This one as well, the berry shade, seems very satin in the swatch. So I'm gonna build up the crease with those two shades. It's probably what everybody else has been doing with this palette, but I just want to know. I just want to know myself. I want to find out for myself. I haven't watched any videos on this because I don't want to be influenced by other people's opinions. So I'm just taking a crease brush and I'm gonna put the pinky shade in the crease. I have a feeling that this would be a very nice shade to just put all over the lid and have a very soft pinky look that just has a little bit of dimension and shine, like a very cute spring summer one eyeshadow look. Alright, I do like that shade. It's just a very nice satiny soft pink. It does blend well. Just doing the same over here. Just kind of want to do a soft ethereal look. Just pinky blue. Alright, I think that's enough for the first pink shade. Now I want to go into the berry over here. I do think that these bees, the imprint bees, are gonna be in this eyeshadow for a pretty long time. Because there's not a lot of kick up. It's not a very powdery shade. Sometimes with very powdery shades, imprints disappear right away. When I bought this palette, I thought that this shade was gonna be a very deep and a bit more purple berry, but it's kind of soft. There's something soft about it. I guess if you put this down first, it wouldn't be as soft. Not that I mind it, it's just a little bit of a different shade than I expected when I bought this. Just gonna build it up a little bit. I do think it's pretty. I kind of have a shade in mind that I wanna compare this shimmer to. I might do that at the end, but first of course I have to apply it to my eyes to really see how it even looks. I'm gonna go into this shimmer over here and I'm gonna put that towards the outer corner. This feels very soft, it's very shiny, it looks very, very good. I'm gonna put it over here with my finger. I like applying shimmers with my finger. That is a very cute shade. It's not like textured or extremely dimensional, but it looks very shiny, just very pretty and shiny. I really like it. That would also be a very nice one and done eyeshadow. I'm just gonna blend this a little bit. Maybe I'm just gonna take a little bit of this mauvey brown and put that in the outer corner and see what happens when I do that. This shade is a bit more powdery, so let's see what this does to the look. I do feel like this deepens it up. I feel like that is the deepest shade in the palette. I was expecting that purpley pink to be more purple and to be deeper, but this definitely is the one I would add to the outer corner. I do think it's pretty and it all blends very easily. I've heard that some people don't think that the mattes from Pat McGrath are very interesting or special, but I quite like them so far. Alright, I'm just gonna go into the light blue now, this shade. I'm gonna apply it with my finger. This feels pretty gritty to the touch, which I think is pretty interesting. I don't think this is anywhere near the shade that I have in mind, because this is very like purple to blue, and it does seem pretty opaque, but at the same time it is a little bit see-through, but it's definitely blue. When you look at it, you're like, that's blue. So I don't know if I have anything that's really similar to this. That is a pretty shade though. Very bluish purple. Gonna apply it to the other side as well. This is turning out to be a cute look. So I just had to take a short break, which I used to add a little bit of bronzer to my face. So if you're like, you look different, that's why. So I'm done with that blue shimmer and I think it's really, really pretty. It looks really, really good and textured. I think it would benefit from a little bit of a glitter primer or something like that. So I'm definitely going to be trying it like that as well. There was a little bit of fallout on my face. Now for the lower lash line, I first want to go in with this shade and then I want to see what happens if I put this shade over top of that, and I just have to grab the right brush for that. Okay, so I'm just taking that mauvey brown shade, which is definitely a different formula than those other satiny shades, those are not powdery at all. This is a bit powdery in the pan. Smoking this out. I like this shade. And now taking that other shade, more pinky one, the darkest pinky one, and seeing if this makes a difference. If this adds anything, I don't know if I think that really changed a lot. Maybe a little bit, a little bit of a different hue to the look. Alright, for the last step I want to take this champagne shade and I'm just gonna add that to the inner corner. I feel like this is gonna just be a pretty basic shade, just nothing really special. Yeah, it's not extremely shiny, it's just nice. For me, in my opinion, this didn't really have to be in this palette. I would have rather seen something a little bit different, a little bit more exciting. I think I'm gonna take a little bit of this shade over here and put that on the lower lash line. Just like to add some shimmer there. Yeah, that's really pretty. Okay, I'm just gonna clean up under my eyes a little bit with concealer. I'm gonna put on mascara and then I'll be back to try the cheek palette. Okay, so this is the eyes all done. I quite like this look. It's interesting. I don't know yet if I can say that this palette is worth the money, because it is definitely the case that that one blue shade is the shade of this palette, is the special shade of this palette, and I don't know if the rest is special enough to justify the price. So I have to think about it a little bit longer, but in the meantime, let's try these blushes. And I think I'm just gonna try this kind of nudie glowy one first. Just gonna take a little bit on my blush brush. It does pick up quite easily and I'm just gonna apply that kind of carefully. I do immediately see a nice glow. Just kind of building that up. This looks really pretty. I really like it. It's really nice. Just neutral, nude, a bit glowy. Gonna apply it to the other side as well. Pretty buildable formula. It's not like extremely pigmented right away. It's not that you have to be extremely careful how you apply this. I really like blushes with this type of formula, with this type of glow. It just looks very nice and healthy and not shimmery, but just very like a natural glow. I really like that. Now I just want to try the highlighter shade, and I think I'm gonna try this kind of as like a highlighter topper. Be a little bit careful, apply it to the back because it did look very pigmented in the swatch. That is so glowy. Oh, wow. But that is really pretty. I do think it's gonna be a little bit too deep for me to really wear it on the highest points of my cheeks. I think that's gonna be a bit much, but it is very nice and glowy. I think I would kind of mix it in with the nude shade. Kind of go with my brush in the nude shade and then tap once in that glowy shade, because this is really pretty together. But it's very glowy. It's glowy. I'm gonna blend it a little bit with my blush brush. Blend it all together. Yeah, right now it's not really a highlighty type of shade for me. It's definitely very deep, but in the summer I can see myself wearing this for sure. Okay, I'm gonna do the same to the other side. It's just very pigmented. Very interesting. Yeah, I think this would be prettiest on my skin tone if it's all kind of like mixed in. Now I picked up a little bit less and I think this looks the best. This is a good look inside, but I have to make it look even, so I'm adding a little bit more. But yeah, I think if I'm a little bit careful with that shade, this can definitely work for me, but it's not lightening up my skin or anything. It's a pretty tone of glowy powder though. So this is what the cheeks are looking like right now. I think I overdid it a little bit on this side. This looks a little bit too deep now, but this side I really like. Maybe it's also a little bit the lighting, that the lighting is a little bit different. It's getting a bit dark. Yeah, I added a little bit too much of everything on this side, but yeah, I think it can look very pretty if I use the right amount of everything. I do like the formulas of this. I do really like it. Do I want to try a little bit of the pink? I think it might become like a little much because it already looks so deep on my cheeks. I will just add the absolute tiniest bit of this. Just dab in once. Oh, this looks, this is really bright. Okay, maybe this isn't the best idea. I tapped it off a little bit. I will start on this side. Okay, this is a very bright pink blush. I did underestimate that. Wow. Oh, that is very bright, but very pretty, but very bright. You only need a little bit of that if you are of a light skin tone, like I am. It is very pretty. I really like it. Okay, I'm gonna try and take even a smaller dab of this product, but I don't know if I will be successful. Okay, I took a little bit. And I'm just gonna add it here. I really like these blushes. I think this face palette is my favorite because I like everything in here so far. I think it's really pretty. This turned into a very blushy look very soon. I think I overdid it a little bit, but you have to forgive me. I'm just trying out products. Never tried these formulas, but it does look good and glowy. Okay, I'm just gonna put something on my lips and then I will be right back with my first impression thoughts. So this is gonna be the finished look. I actually added the Sweet Affairs Lip Stylo by Kiko in 01. It's a little bit more brown than I actually wanted to go for, but I want to try this out as well. So we're just going with it. I don't really have time to change this up. So let's talk about these products. I think the eyeshadow palette is very cute. I like the vibes. It is not a bad palette for sure. I quite like the quality in here. I liked how everything blended. We have some pretty shimmers. I just don't know if I think this is worth the price. Because we have that one special shade, but I don't know if the other shades are special enough to warrant this price. So I definitely have to try it out a little bit more to see how I feel. I think it is cute, but I don't know if I would recommend this because for this price you can also get some very beautiful indie palettes that have a bunch of special shades. So I like it, but for the price I think it's a bit pricey for what you actually get. Then the cheek palette I actually really like. I think it's great. I love the quality. I love how my cheeks look. I think my cheeks look very glowy, very pretty. You have some very nice options in here. This I would definitely say is worth the price. Of course I have to try it out a little bit more because it's my first time actually applying Pat McGrath cheek products. Although I have one highlighter, but I mean blushes. I have never tried her blushes before this, so I definitely want to try it out a little bit more, but my first impression of this is very good. I really like it. It's pigmented, it looks natural, it's glowy, it's blendable. It is just a very nice cheek look. So that is gonna be everything for my Pat McGrath and Bridgerton first impression. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe. And also don't forget to let me know if you picked up anything from this collection. Do you agree with me or maybe not? And then I will see you in my next video. Bye bye!